Sly Spy.
Spying, or espionage, is the act of obtaining secret or confidential information without the permission of the holder of that information. The practice is clandestine and requires a great deal of skill in subtlety and stealth. With that in mind, here is some footage from some of those James Bond movies there.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
The dude straight up gives his name out all the time too. He's terrible at spying. So quite why Sly Spy Secret Agent holds him in such high regard that he straight up copies the guy's image and life is anyone's guess. After all, Bond is a buffoon of a spy who blunders around, blowing up bases and sticking his wick in every young starlet that he lays his eyes on. That said, his movies are very entertaining, as is Sly Spy. Data East developed and published Sly Spy Secret Agent in 1989, and it was designed by the same team that made Bad Dudes vs Dragon Ninja, easily the best single-plane scrolling beat-em-up to feature a protagonist in white jeans. It's alright, I guess. Sly Spy starts with President George Bush, the first one who moved opposite Homer Simpson rather than the one everyone thinks is a dafty, in a bit of a spot of bother. So the American secret agent Sly Spy is dispatched to rescue him. He's dead now, President Bush, so 30 years on, all this seems a little bit of a waste of time. Sly starts his mission by throwing himself out of a plane, aiming his handsome chops and jacketless tuxedo-clad torso at Washington DC, blasting terrorists with his little Walther PPK gun as he plummets. When he's popped enough terrorists, out comes the Stars and Stripes parachute. Yes, the references start early. And then it's time to liberate the Lincoln Monument from them there, the foreigners, the sinister council of world domination. That is a good name for a terrorist group. Well done them. And it's this gameplay that forms the basis of much of the game, a sort of rolling thunder without the doors or as many platforms. It's fairly short-lived, and then it's on to the next level as Sly mounts a motorbike to chase a limousine filled with wrong-uns. All high-octane stuff this. After Sly witnesses an escaping yacht, he then puts on some sexy scuba gear and throws himself into the sea for some deep-sea thrills and spills, including what looks like one of the laser sharks that they mentioned in Austin Powers. Then he gets to the base, where all of a sudden he's got his sports car. Where did that come from? Did he swim there? From here, it's just a succession of Bond references, one after the other. There's a Jaws lookalike. No, not that Jaws. That Jaws. There's an Oddjob clone who looks suspiciously like another Data East character in cosplay. Is it Karnov? Let's check out one of the in-game posters of Karnov. Oh yeah, it is. Oddjob is pretty easy to beat, as you can just sort of stand just out of range of his Peaky Blinders hat and just fill his stupid head up full of bullets. The CWD units come thick and fast and aren't afraid to use dogs or even bloody tigers. Weaponised tigers is badass, and the CWD are showing themselves to be a little bit incompetent but very flashy in their plans for their world domination. There are a few power-ups to help you along the way, like rocket packs and whatever these devices are that help you scoob. Is that the right word? Scoob quicker. Not to mention a golden gun. Collect enough G's and you will start blasting circular holes in aggressors with the most feared weapon of Scaramanga, though here it is a shotgun stroke rifle. You need to watch your bullets though, or indeed disarming badges like Jaws, as once you've run out of bullets you have to kick the living poo out of your opponents, and it all goes a bit Dragon Ninja again. If you get to the end of the game, there's a boss rush and you have to scale a nuclear missile, and when you get to the main boss himself, he takes just a single bullet like that dude at the end of the Data East Robocop game. So yeah, whack a bullet in his scalp and you'll be home to put babies in the bellies of all these attractive models, or at least very end up with an itch or a seepage that might never go. Was it worth it, Bond? All that sleeping around? Was it worth it, Sly Spy? I don't know. I get you both confused now. You're the same character, although one of you is American. At the end, George Bush appears and does that thing politicians do where he flat out lies about something, and asks you to go back and find stuff by encouraging a second playthrough. This is not even close to true. If you go back and play through it, nothing is different. It's not like Ghouls and Ghosts. George Bush, you lied. The game was popular enough to get a conversion to numerous home formats thanks to Ocean in 1990, and they were all perfectly adequate representations of the game. It came out on the Amiga, the Atari ST, the Amstrad, the Commodore 64, and our old friend of the channel, the ZX Spectrum. Sly Spy even snuck in a little mini appearance in Robocop 2, no doubt helped by Data East association with the movie, thanks to their pair of brilliant arcade games based on the franchise. Overall, the game is enjoyable enough. It's varied, it's full of set pieces to keep you interested, and all the little nice references to James Bond movies help. There's lots of curious opponents throughout the game, but it is very short. All the levels are over in the blink of a golden eye. Hi Tina, don't sue me. Yes, the game is no Rolling Thunder, Revenge of Shinobi or Contra, but the IKEA James Bond wrapping paper adds to the game's charm. Indeed, by the time of its release, Sly Spy Secret Agent was easily the best Bond game, even though the spy in question is a bit more into Budweiser than martinis. Nobody does it better. Well, loads of people do it better than me, including there's a video that Kim Justice did on this exact same game that's much better edited, much better produced. Go and watch that. But do come back, because I promise I'll try to get better at doing these videos. There's nothing like self-confidence, is there? And that's nothing like self-confidence. Okay, thanks, bye!
Oh, Sly.